It's official, YouTube. I traded in a ZX10R for a BMW S1000 single R, and this bike is a beaut. It's pretty nice. All I've done so far to the bike was add the front fork sliders. I've done absolutely nothing else. This is the premium package S1000 single R because it does come with the Akrapovic slip-on exhaust. They told me some other stuff it came with. Oh yeah, it came with the lap timer, obviously the stock mirrors, a few other goodies. I can't remember what it said, but I do have the manual. I have not broken it in yet. It does come with a pretty nifty key, which is just a keyless fob. To start it, you just hit the button. And then so far, all I've done on the bike was get about, I think 100. Let me see how many miles I got. So you press up here on the menu, and it changes. Yeah, so from the dealership to where I live, it's about 114 miles, which is not bad. So yeah, I will do a tutorial on how the menu and stuff works once I get a hang of how this bike functions. But in this video, what we're going to talk about are some of the key essential things you should do when you first get a bike, purchase a bike, or whatever. You want to make it to where it fits you and your riding style. I know for sure I don't want these mirrors, so I'm going to take these mirrors off like the first thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the levers for my riding position and how I like to have my hands. On my way home, though, I did notice that the clutch and brake lever was set to 5. To change that, you just push this forward and then you turn this little dial like so. But my number, the number I like, is 2 on both sides, so I have it set to 2 here, and then I also have it set to 2 on this side as well. They feel just right to me. Another thing I highly recommend you do is adjust the clutch lever, because when you get it from factory, the clutch lever is not set to it's not set to anyone's foot or what you're used to. Or maybe sometimes if you get it and you like the way it's set, you leave it the way it is. But always set the clutch, the foot peg, the clutch lever, and the brake lever. Those are the first things I do whenever I get a bike. Any bike, doesn't matter. First thing I do is those 3 things. Then after that, I start taking things off that I don't think the bike needs. I did place an order to have this replaced. It's going to be the new Rage Cycle one. I did place an order to have the M version levers, both of them, both sides. I did place an order for the M version foot pegs, which I think is a lot more adjustability in the M version of these. There's absolutely no adjustability whatsoever. You cannot move the brake or the foot peg, but on the M version, you can make so many adjustments. I think that's what I want. So that way I don't have to make any adjustments. It does come with Brembo, not the M brake calipers on both. There's Brembo in the front and there's also Brembo in the back. It does have ABS. Oh yeah, and it has electronic suspension, which I'm trying to get used to. So there's one in the front and then there's also one in the back. If I'm not mistaken, it's here. This controls the rear suspension. Hell yeah. Oh, and it comes with a quick shifter. Standard, up and down. So you never really have to pull on the clutch. Oh, it does come with an MC and a lightweight lithium battery. It has the lap. Let me just turn it back on and show you. I like that animation. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I want the M animation. I'd rather the M animation. Whatever. I don't really care for it. Okay, so the one thing I wanted to go over was if you press down, the suspension is set to road. If you press down again, you can set it to dynamic. Dynamic is more like sports mode or stiffer suspension mode. And then road is a softer suspension, more Cadillac feel when you ride. And then if you hold it down, it goes from one rider. Oh, let me do it again. It goes from 1 rider to 2 riders. So if you was to have a passenger on the bike, which I have the seat for, I do plan to I'm not going to get rid of it, but I'm going to place it somewhere in case I ever want to ride with a passenger. But in the meantime, I want to have that the white single puck pillion seat cover. And I have in order to replace or remove the passenger pegs. I don't really plan to ride with people a lot, but I want to change this back to single rider. So I just hold this down, and if you look in the front, it goes from 2 riders to single rider. And then I just press down and put it in dynamic mode. The stiffer suspension to me is a little nicer ride. Feels like a sports bike in a way. Yeah, so let me just turn this off, and then I'm gonna focus on what I wanna do. So usually when I first get a bike, first thing that I usually do is I take off the mirrors. Now this mirror came loose. I don't know why it came loose, BMW, but it came like that, which is kind of weird. And then I'm gonna take off this mirror. I don't want mirrors on the bike for right now, only because it makes the front of the bike look very like tall. So it looks like from an angle. Now watch, I'm gonna take these off. And they just look a lot nicer. It makes the handlebars and everything looks like a low profile bike. Now I did place an order to get some new mirrors. I don't know when they're gonna get here. But yeah, so that's one. Watch it fall and break. All right, and then let's take off the other one. Just speed this up. All right, so if you look at it now, that looks a lot better, right? To me, it does. So the next thing I'm gonna do, usually when you take off your mirrors, you have those holes. I don't really like how those holes look, so I did place an order to get the hole cover. So I placed an order to get these mirror block offs. This is the part number if you need it. And basically what they look like is 2 Phillip head. Just gonna get some light. 2 Phillip head pucks, and they basically go into this hole like that. I'll tighten that one down, but that's what it looks like. Just put the other one really quick. I always like to start them finger tight. I'll tighten them down, but that one looks like that. All right, I'll just tighten them down, but you kind of get a gist, right? So the top of it's gonna be black. All right, so then the next thing I'll do is I'm gonna adjust that lever. Oh, I did get tank sliders, cause boy, you will slide without tank grips. So I can install the tank grips, and I need to do some adjustments to the shifter, because the bike came for some reason set up as GP, but I want it standard. So I'm gonna put it back on standard, and then I'm gonna adjust the distance for my foot. Yeah, so let me just tighten those down real quick. I'm gonna lower the front levers. I'm not gonna do that on camera only because it's gonna take a while.